Alright guys, welcome to Maddenedge.com. You guys are not going to believe this game. Someone asked me to do Cleveland and I was just thinking I was going to go up against a guy who was maybe 28 and 18, but I lucked out and I went up against a guy who was like 144 and 29 or something crazy like that. I wrote it down, it's in the description. But he was using the Jets, and he stayed on his best team, so we get to see exactly what they're gonna do, guys. Now take a look at this Harrison. You see his spin move, 93. That's gonna come in handy. You see this guy here, P. Hillis. Look at his strength and his trucking. I put him at the fullback. Watch everything about this Cleveland lineup and why I did what I did. Everything is gonna come into play. We got Cribbs and we got Watson at the other. I'll explain everything later for those of you who don't know, but you guys are gonna have to watch my other videos and know what's going on here. Tight end, pretty good second string tight end, right? 70. I have Watson at the other one. Okay, look at the left tackle. He's 90 something. Left guard, close to 90. Center, close to 90. So we're gonna run left, obviously, right? I got the left outside linebacker at the end. He's 92. Right outside backer at the other end. He's 87. D tackles are solid. Left outside linebacker Brown. Look, I'm showing you right here that this is all they got. He really, his man coverage was the highest, so I left him. I put him in there. That's as high as I could get with these guys. Decent speed, 79. So I'm gonna have to watch out for that. The middle, he's good. Outside linebacker, I got Ward. He's a safety, but I put him at the outside linebacker because in my system, you have to be able to do man coverage and zone. Man coverage is whack, but his zone coverage is 82. He can play for me. Because you guys know I run a lot of zones too. Cornerbacks, obviously good awareness, below average speed. Look at this guy Hayden, guys. I put him at the safety because he has good strength, but look what he really has. His man coverage is 90, zone coverage is 85. His awareness is not that good, but we'll work with it. I just won't go for the play fakes. And then we got Adams. So guys, you guys get to see exactly what's gonna go on here, guys. And just so you guys don't know, Joshua Cribbs' spin move is 98. That's gonna come into play. This is the best player I've played all year. You guys are in for a treat. He was really disciplined in his offense, guys, and his defense. So it was a battle, but you guys benefit because you get to see what's going on. And just how well the Maddenedge scheme can work against anybody with anybody. Like, if I was just playing for someone asked me to do Cleveland. If I was just playing for myself, I probably would have picked the Raiders, or the Redskins, or Denver. Maybe not Denver, but somebody that I'm comfortable with, and it could have made things a lot easier for me. But I just kind of had to pick up my game because of that. But it turns out to be a great tutorial for this reason, because I have to go to like all my tricks later on. So first things first about this, guys, is save your ace in the hole on offense and defense. That's going to come into play for me on both offense and defense later on. Save your ace in the hole, not your base. Everyone knows that my base is my my toss, but my ace in the hole. I'll show you guys both plays. I haven't showed you my ace in the hole on defense or offense yet because I haven't had to use them. This guy made me use them, so I don't know what he's doing here. But I guess it's a good time to tell you guys. For those of you who don't know, I use just the 4-6 defense and the Far Twins formation out of the West Coast book, as you'll see here. And to find out exactly why things are working, you're gonna have to check out my earlier videos, and they kind of talk you through them. And then The way it should work is by the time you guys have studied all of the videos, by the time you get here, you should be able to take out a top player with any team. So here we go. We're going to run the toss. I have the tight end out there for blocking. As you can see, he did his job, but Cribbs, who's actually a pretty strong receiver, let his blocker get through because that's a backer. Cribbs is no match for a backer. And let's see what I do. And by this point, I already know this guy's record, so I'm gonna be respecting him early on. And let's see what we go to. Oh, guys, just so you know, Colt McCoy's short throw accuracy is 88, and that's why I picked him over Seneca Wallace, because you guys know I throw short usually. West Coast formation, guys, and for those of you who haven't seen it, it's going to seem pretty weird for me to be in the same offensive and defensive sets, but on my other videos I tell you why, and also tell you a little bit why on Maddenedge.com, so do check that out, and do subscribe, and when you go to Maddenedge.com, don't forget to take a quick peek at the sponsors. It makes it so that I can keep bringing you guys these videos. So just take a click and then go right back to where you were. And some of the sponsors are actually pretty cool. It's 4th and 8, and I have to punt. Watch this guy's offense. It's like he's actually running somewhat of a West Coast. He goes short a lot and he sets up deep. And we get the ball. And you guys, for those of you who have seen other videos, you know that I usually score on defense at least once or twice. And you just gonna have to watch to see what happens on this game. Colt McCoy. And that was the slot corner. I like to take Cribbs instead of doing the corner route. I like to put him on the out so it can get some confusion between the defenders there. And if that's not there, I like to throw to the flats. And there's a fullback dive. Remember that fullback I showed you? This guy. I forget his name. I think it's Tillis or something. Hillis, but he's a stud. They actually had him starting at the halfback, but I like Harrison's speed outside. It's not great, but it's pretty good. And I knew I could run this guy at fullback, so I have threats to go with that offensive line. That left side of the offensive line is really good. That's why I used them. As you'll see, I will not run right because they were below average. And this is, for those of you who haven't seen me, if you watch that toss play, I set everything up with that. When I was the Bills and I played the Cowboys, DeMarcus Ware could slow that down, and a few other teams, but usually they can't stop it. And I believe that I do get that going later on. And right there, I knew nothing was open. I knew I had space between the defender and my guy, and so what I did was I just got it there so I wouldn't get sacked. And worst case scenario, I would get tackled out of bounds or I would break a tackle. Because running backs do break tackle. Watch this call, guys. Remember, I'm just going with the strength of this team. I thought I ran a fullback dive, yeah. that left side, and his strength, his trucking is like 90 something. So they don't have much on this team. It's 2011 Cleveland's team, but they do have some definite strengths. Like the way that I did them, their defensive line is a strength. And I showed you a couple people there, even though their overall was like low. Based on the way that I run my scheme, I knew that they could fit and do very well in my defensive scheme. And so we're up 7-0. He comes out in the 3 wide, and I believe I'm going to come out in the linebacker contain just because I don't want to give up anything deep starting out. And I dropped the spine backer into the hook zone, as you can see there. And I don't want to get out of my safe play here because, as you can see, I didn't have very much speed at the corners. And at this point, I'm going to give him that underneath to kind of fill him out. And if he's patient enough to do this all day, and I mean, not like I'm going to call the linebacker contain all the time, and here I'm being a little risky. And as you can see, that's a good tackle. Ward. I'll take that. So if I can blitz and only give up 3, then I'll keep calling it. He's in the 3 wide. I'm in the cover 2 hawk. That guy, the middle backer Jackson, is normally spine, but I like to always drop him deep because I do have, and the reason why I like it this way is because the linemen on that play drop, but they're really linebackers, so it's really good coverage in those middle hook zones. So I take that middle linebacker deep. And let's see. I didn't have time to play around and show you guys. He got up there quick. But I might be able to tell you what I did here. Looks just like a 3 deep. And that's good against the run. Yeah, I think I went in the 3 deep QB spy. Good run play. And we're completely undermanned. As you saw, one of my linebacker speed was 79. His zone coverage, top zone coverage was 65. Pretty strong on the other side, but they're not studs in the secondary. They have a couple of good attributes, but they're not studs. He came out in 3 wide. I came out in the, oh, here we go. Look, guys, I think I did strong safety blitz, and what I did was I dropped a lineman. You see that? Because I can already see that he likes to let everything clear, and then send somebody going short across the formation. So if he would have did that there, now that was kind of my ace in a hole. I was trying to get a pick, and I think I don't do that again until late in the game. But he didn't see that I knew how to stop what he likes to do there. If he had known that, then we might have. So I probably showed it too early. Linebacker contain. With the spy dropping into the hooks. Just to give it, just so that if he tries to throw up the seams or middle, he at least has to read, put some type of different arc on it or something if he's going to go middle. As you can see, he's throwing like these circle routes and stuff. And you kind of have to be